Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. We'll be beginning in around 5 minutes. In the meantime, let me know if you guys can hear me a-okay, if the audio's too loud, if the audio's too soft, if the music's too loud, if the music's too soft, etc, etc. And we'll go ahead and make the needed adjustments. In the meantime, go ahead and hit that like button if you guys haven't yet, especially if you guys want Krisha to show up. If we get to 50 likes by the time we start the live stream, I will guarantee you guys I will have Krisha on here. A guarantee, a mango guarantee. Let's get this up to 50 likes, guys. If you guys want Krisha live on stream with us today. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and increase the timer to give you guys time to digest the idea of Krisha actually showing up on cam with us. And all of you guys might be shocked at that notion, but yeah, we've gone ahead, increased the timer to 10 minutes. Krisha's only gonna show up though if we get to 50 likes. Yeah, we need more likes than the people watching than the amount of clicks we even got. Asking for the impossible. No settling. That's the mango way. No retreat, no settlement. Alright, so guys, before we do begin though, on a more serious note, because who really cares about Krisha anyways, right? Can you guys hear me a-okay? The music, is it too loud, too soft? Just give me a thumbs up before we begin. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get to 50 likes, so yeah, Krisha's not gonna be here, guys. Unfortunately. Oh wait, we do have 5 minutes left though. Could happen. It could happen. Kim Finowski says he's got nothing but value out of this channel. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm glad that Mango is giving you value. Oh man. Oh, what? We got to 50 likes. How? You guys are using bots? That's not even possible. We have 48 viewers and 50 likes. So one of you liked and then hit the X button. Oh man, okay, so Krisha, she's gonna have to put on some clothes and get on candy. No, I'm kidding. Stop picturing Krisha without clothes, you freaking freaks. She's mine. Forever. It's a good monthly close, so why not? It might be a very good way to introduce Krisha to her first live stream. Well, she's done a live stream before, but just not on camera, right? Let's celebrate Bitcoin's monthly close. November. It is November, right? It is. With Krisha with us. Got to 50 likes. A promise is a promise. A mango promise is a promise. Oh, don't call her Krishna. He doesn't like that very much. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. Okay, maybe a tad bit more than 30 seconds. Allow me to adjust. Just gotta get some settings right. And let's get the show started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you, and I welcome you as well to the Mango live stream. And look at her, guys. Look how gorgeous.
What's up, you guys? Finally on a live stream.
Indeed.
How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling about the monthly close?
How is everyone feeling? Let us know. Are you guys sad? Are you guys depressed about the monthly close? Or are you guys super excited? Are you guys pumped? Are you guys looking for opportunity? Because that's how you guys should be feeling. Kush, how are you feeling about the live stream while I switch on over the chat?
About the live stream? I'll be honest, I was a bit nervous.
You were nervous,
I was nervous, but then, you know, so many of you guys have been coming out and being really, really nice and very sweet. So I said, you know what? Let's show up today. Why not?
You're nervous about the live stream or nervous about Bitcoin's monthly close?
No, I was not nervous about Bitcoin's monthly close. I'll be honest with you, Bitcoin was looking good. Bitcoin looked freaking amazing, especially with that pickup that we saw back up above 60K. Like that was something, that was power from the bulls.
Indeed. So we'll be getting on over to Bitcoin. We'll also be talking about a few altcoin opportunities that I am eyeing myself, particularly Solana, but we'll be taking altcoin requests as well. But before we do that, I do want to give a massive shout out to a particular Mongolian. Many of you guys may already know this Mongolian, and yeah, Kusha, do you want to do the deed or should I?
I'll let you do it.
Alright, so I woke up this morning and I was going through my PMs. And I came across a certain PM that made me so freaking happy. It reminded me why I do what I do over here at the Mango community, why we do things a different way, right? Kusha, we teach people over here at Mango how to be profitable, right? The easy way, the stress-free way, while being able to have time to do other things in your life, either a career or spend time with your family, or hey, vacation, right? So a particular Mongolian PM me. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my Discord so I can show you guys the chat. I'm sure he's not gonna mind. And this is Mark with a very well-deserved shout out, a massive shout out to you, Mark. I want to read this out to the entire community because I'm so sure that this is going to be motivating for a lot of people. And there's some, as the conversation transpired, Krisha, Mark touched on some certain points that I want to highlight to the rest of you, right, who are probably struggling with the same struggle that I went through, that you went through, that Mark went through, and now he has conquered, right? So he first starts off with, hey Sean, I just want to share this because I'm very proud of it. And hey man, you should be proud of it, man. You should be proud of it. I am proud of you. He said, I managed to make about $20,000 in 25 days with altcoin trades. Usually, I just account most of my gains to just holding Bitcoin, but these wins are purely from doing altcoin trades. So he was essentially, Kusha, he was able to make $25,000 in Bitcoin, right? Yeah. Additional Bitcoin, not just the Bitcoin gains, right? So that's huge because now Bitcoin compounds.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I want to emphasize what he said after, right? I cut my losses every single time on invalidation. Like this morning, by the way, guys, I woke up to invalidation on Chili's, right? CHZ, and cut it. Boom. No remorse whatsoever, no pain. But it takes a lot of people. Takes people a lot of time to get to that zone. And Mark has now reached that zone where he has boom, got a loss, cut it, and move on to the next trade. cut my losses on invalidation and held to my strategy strictly, and it's paying off. Guys, $20,000 in 25 days. This guy is only 21 to 22 years old. That's a lot of money at that age. At least for me, when I was that age, it was unheard of money to be making in 25 freaking days. Right? I was still a janitor when I was Mock's age. And to see guys like Mock, to see guys like Ollie do what they're doing, it's making me so hopeful for not just the future generation, but for the Mango community. This might be selfish to say, but the Mango community in general, right? Because guys like Mock, guys like Ollie, Sherwin, etc., these guys are going to be the leaders of the community moving forward, right? They're going to be able to guide, and I love to see them following the Mango way. Look at what he says: cut my losses on invalidation and held strictly to my strategy. Again, this is what I want to talk about next. Holding to your strategy no matter what. Okay, being consistent with your strategy no matter what. Because if I scroll down, and I wanna emphasize a couple of key things. Firstly, I want you guys to all know that Mock is at the moment that he did this, okay, where he was able to make $25,000 in 20 days. He is at his busiest phase of his life ever since I've gotten to know him. Okay, so Mock joined the seed community around like earlier this year, 2021. He's at his busiest phase of his life. Okay, he's commuting to work 2 hours one way, 2 hours the other way, and also staying at work all day, right? He's a 9-to-5 grinder at the moment. It sucks, but he's doing that, and look at what he's able to do with his trades. People think, oh, you need to be a full-time trader, staying on the charts all the time to be able to catch these wins. No, you do not. And Mock has able to find success at his busiest time of his life. So you guys can be busy playing video games like me, spending time with your family, spending time vacationing, and still have these kind of Mango gains. There's something else that he did say I do want to emphasize right over here. Okay, right here, guys. He says, I think the main thing that gave me confidence is having some winners. Now that I know that I can trust the system, he has that confidence now, guys, to keep playing the system because he has those winners, right? As soon as you get those first winners, it gives you that what's the word I'm looking for? That, I guess, confidence is the right. It's confidence. It's confidence that, hey, no matter what losses I'm taking over here, as long as I trust my system, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to get the wins. Right? But to arrive at this stage, people go through a huge struggle where they doubt their system, they doubt their strategy, and what people end up doing is they strategy hunt or strategy hop, right? They hop from one strategy to another strategy to another strategy. A strategy isn't really being executed on, guys, if you keep switching it before you actually get to play it through its continuity, right? So what Mock was able to do was get those initial wins to build the confidence in the system, but to get to that phase, guys, he needed to learn to take losses. This was not easy for him. He was struggling with a couple of things, which was one, being invalidated and getting out of a trade when you are invalidated, and two, buying strength. I've talked about this with you guys multiple times throughout this year. Buy strength, right? As soon as he got around those two ideas, $25,000 in 20 days, guys. That's a lot of freaking money. Major props to really, dude. I'm so proud of you, man. Really well done. And for those of you who don't know, Mock has been a pivotal part of the community ever since he joined Mango. He's playing a huge role in the development of the dashboard as well. So Mock, man, you are a true Mangolian. Well freaking done.
That takes a lot of consistency, and consistency only comes with discipline, right? People don't often stick to their system. Why? Because sometimes a system is never 100%, right? So for the times that you lose, people get uncomfortable. They start doubting the system. So it's just about being consistent with your system for you to really test it out. And I always implore people to, if you're just starting off, paper trade or something, build that confidence in your system. That way you know that, okay, you know what? Out of 10 times that I take the trade, about 7 or 8 times I'm winning. Right? So it's about getting that confidence in it, and that's what he had, and he stuck through it, and that takes, man, major props. Major props. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done.
Like, if you guys think about it, right, even with this Bitcoin, the most recent Bitcoin trade, we're going to go ahead and talk about it now, but what we've been doing was essentially been playing off the monthly levels and the weekly levels, right? Essentially the zone, is this a clear chart? Let's go ahead and remove all drawings. and I'm going to go ahead and walk through this can be a double, two birds with one stone kind of thing, guys, where we do a recap on what we've been looking for on this monthly close, as well as my mindset through it all, right? And how you guys can employ the same mindset. So what we've been doing essentially was looking at this monthly close right over here, guys. Okay, the zone at around 58,800-ish, as well as the weekly close. Now, coincidentally, weekly level right over here, coincidentally, we were closing both candles, the weekly and the monthly, on the same freaking day. So we had a really nice zone to watch out for on a single candle close. Our thesis for the past 2 weeks now was essentially, hey, as long as Bitcoin is holding that monthly level, we're going to keep accumulating, keep buying, right? And as soon as we have that monthly close, that's when we'll know whether we are right on a trade or whether we are invalidated. Until then, you don't really know, right? You don't really know. But the thing is, if I was invalidated on the trade, I would have just got out of the trade and then look for the next opportunity, right? And we already planned for the next opportunity, either $52,000, $47,000. We talked about that throughout the next week. But the key part over there was we were already being okay, right? Saying, hey, I'm playing my strategy. I don't know if I'm going to be right or not. I could be right. I could be wrong. If I'm invalidated, I'm just out. If I'm right, hey, great, right? The markets are doing what we need to. We look for the next big wins after that. But the key thing over there is, guys, I am not focused on the outcome. I'm focused on the process. I'm like, okay, I'm buying here because my strategy, my system, my tools all tell me that this is a good level. If we're wrong, it's not because I did anything wrong. I'm just following my strategy. I take my loss and I move on to the next trade, which we were looking for either a little bit lower at 52,000 and so on, right? If I'm right, I have to do nothing. I keep it manual, I keep it stress-free, and look for the big impulsive move, right? It's as simple as that. And you can do this by trading very, very few times a week, guys. Just manage your trade by looking at the candle close. Everything's okay. I don't need to do nothing. Maybe I actually add to my position over here if that was part of my system, right? But other than that, I'm going to keep it mango. I'm going to enjoy my day. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to squat, which, by the way, is why I'm really, really tired today. But this is how you live a mango stress-free life while taking advantage of the crypto markets, an opportunity of a lifetime, guys. This kind of opportunity to be able to trend trade, right, hasn't showed up in 50 years, since the 1970s, guys. The commodity bull run in the 1970s was the last time we saw this opportunity. You guys don't need to do it the way everybody else is doing it in the market's trying to overtrade.
Yeah.
Do it, mango.
Yeah. Especially with crypto. Like, look at the freaking trends on this, man. Let's go and see what everyone's saying.
Yeah, we went on a huge spiel over there, but yeah, I'd really like to know what you guys think about what the market's doing and just trading the mango way. It's illegal.
How's everyone feeling about Bitcoin's monthly close? Let's get some thoughts. I'm totally blind from you. I'm gonna have to be looking at my phone.
Kush, I can't see the.
I cannot. Okay. There we go.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I can see it now. Thanks. Oh, hey, Alina's in here. SHIB news, please. There's news on SHIB. I don't know. What's happening with SHIB?
I don't think there's news. I can give you guys a price update, or not price update, but a TA update on SHIB. SHIB is actually looking interesting again to me, so we will go ahead and look at that. For sure, SHIB is making a recovery and possibly showing some trade opportunities. So if you guys want SHIB, let us know in the chat. If we have enough requests for SHIB, we'll go ahead and cover SHIB.
Deep Dive is like, Plan B was off by $1,500.
So what was his target?
I thought it was 60. I thought he said or something like that.
Honestly,
I'm not
guys,
sure.
At that point, it's a freaking rounding error.
Yeah.
If it's off by only 1,500.
It's crazy.
You know, and Kushi, if you think about it, right? Let's say Plan B was off by 1,500. I'd laugh if the market actually panicked on that, right? And actually sold their positions, because I couldn't believe it that we got another opportunity to buy daily 21 EMA and this weekly level over here, as well as, so it's a weekly level retest, monthly level retest, as well as the daily 21 EMA. Was that also the daily dynamic? It was a daily dynamic retest as well. I couldn't believe it, right? This morning, I'm like, are you serious? You guys giving us, close the candle, above the level, the monthly, and give us a perfect retest into a buy zone like this. That was crazy. So it could be because a lot of retail traders are looking at Plan B's level and thinking, oh wait, we didn't close above.
No.
You think so?
I don't think so. Like,
nuts.
I mean, I'm looking at everyone's response here, right? I think people are relatively bullish. I'm sure general consensus right now is that Bitcoin closed well, and I agree with that. I think it's bullish, and in fact, I've been keeping up with Google Trends, right, recently, and I'm noticing that if you're looking at the trends and you're looking at, search results for Bitcoin, not a lot of people are there anymore. The people who were there the last time Bitcoin hit 60K, which was back in May, I believe April, May, that frenzy has sort of just died down. Like it's died down completely. Like the other day I spoke to my mom. My family, by the way, they're all top calling indicators. So I spoke to her, I'm like, are you seeing Bitcoin? And she's like, no, why? What's happening with Bitcoin?
That's bullish. That is so bullish.
Right? And I told her, hey, you know what? It's back to the highs. And she was so nonchalant about it. She was like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, no big deal. So
that
it's
euphoria,
that euphoria that was there, and they would, they used to bring it up in conversations. In fact, you used to see it on social media, and I'm sure it's not just me; it's a lot of people out there. So, so we're not seeing that just yet. Bitcoin's we're seeing these great monthly closes. We have what you're currently on the weekly chart, Sean. Right? Like look at how that weekly is closing. It's taking people out on top, took people out on the bottom, right? This past 1 week, and now once again we're holding that level. We're holding the highs. For me right now, I'm looking at if we're just looking at TA, we're sitting smack on support. We're closing over support. I'm saying this is looking strong.
Yeah, and Julian has a really, really good point. He says on-chain activity as well is really, really quiet, yet to add new all-time highs. So on-chain activity is quiet, retail activity is quiet, Google Trends, like you said, is not at its peak levels either. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of attention that is yet to be added to the market, and we are sitting at all-time high. This is very reminiscent, Krisha, of around 2016, 2017, while Bitcoin was thrudging through at $900, $1,000 level, and people were just not interested whatsoever.
They were not interested. Like Bitcoin was at 20K, and you know what? I'd give them a pass. Why? I'd give them a pass because the traditional markets were running. There was this crazy euphoria in the traditional space.
Are you talking about 20,000 now?
Yeah.
No, I'm referring to the break of 1,000. So we can go ahead and take a look at that, right? I'll just go ahead and pull that out.
I recall even 20K not having much noise.
You mean when we just broke 20K?
Yeah.
This run. I'm talking about the previous run.
Okay.
So this time around, I completely agree. People weren't excited. We posted that video from the beach too, saying that hey, Bitcoin is something really interesting at $19,200, that $19,200 weekly close, and people who don't have Bitcoin are going to start feeling short Bitcoin. Even not having Bitcoin, essentially, guys, is a short Bitcoin position right now with the way the macro forces are being set in place, right? The game theory is activated, guys. Now, even between the sovereigns, with El Salvador doing what they're doing, publicly proclaiming, we've bought the dip, BTFD, blah, 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 right? They're applying pressure on other sovereign nations in a similar situation, saying that, hey, it's kind of like the nuclear weapon game theory, right? If I have a nuclear weapon, other countries need to get a nuclear weapon just to stave the war away, right? To keep war away from them, to not be threatened. Now, the safest situation for the world is for everyone to have nuclear weapons, so people can't really attack each other.
Yeah.
A similar situation with Bitcoin is going to start showing its face, where smaller countries are going to be like, you know what? To protect ourselves from hyperinflation, we need to have some Bitcoin in our reserves. So I think that's what's going on, and people are not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right. So again, I want to go ahead and pull out BLX for you guys, and I want to show you that. I want us to all, as a community, walk through the psychology of what the market was doing. You guys can see my chart, right? Okay, yeah. And around, I was looking at around the $1,000 level, right? And remember, guys, we got the 3-day bullish TK cross that Krisha spotted out for us at, what was the price of Bitcoin around there? 52,000, 54,000, right? And ever since then, we got super bullish on Bitcoin. We started adding to our longs aggressively, building our spot position too, and we were looking for much bigger numbers. Well, now we're past that level, past the 3K, the 3-day TK cross, the 4-day TK cross, which by the way, the last time we got the perfect Ichimoku signal on the 3-day TK cross, the 4-day TK cross was around here, $650 Bitcoin. Now you can walk through the psychology of that, right?
Yeah.
You got the 3-day bullish TK cross, Krisha, right? What happened right after? Well, prices started drifting. You go ahead and mark it out for you. We've been marking out the zone for you guys. Price drifted to where? This yellow line, guys, is the all-time high, the previous all-time high, right? And then, well, we broke it, and nobody really got excited, right? People are fixated on altcoins at the time as well, on Ethereum, and Ethereum did have a blast of a year, no doubt. But Bitcoin, guys, like literally stair-stepped its way into a euphoric rally all the way to 20,000. And this happens like that, guys. Okay, suddenly it's 1,000, suddenly it's 2,000, suddenly you're 3 months in and 3,000. That's a 3x at a time where the world did not have its eyes on Bitcoin.
Right.
This time, we have fewer Bitcoin left on the market, a bigger supply crunch, okay, a lot more hodlers, more panic and fright over inflation. Sovereigns looking at this as a game theory play. I'm beginning to wonder whether the lower numbers, or rather higher numbers, are being downplayed.
That could be a possibility. No one's talking about the, the possibility of, say, Bitcoin even reaching gold's end cap right now, which takes it to north of $200,000, way north of $200,000.
Yep, exactly. I could go north of $400,000, Krisha. I think that's what people are not expecting by around.
What was yours again? You said $600,000.
My target $650,000, but I don't have it. I don't have the target for like end of year, end of Jan, right? I do have a target for $650,000 Bitcoin though, guys. So when we do buy spot Bitcoin, Krisha and I, we are looking for those big numbers for Bitcoin eventually. I do want to point out something that Jim Franowski just said. Paying off a mortgage with meme coins is great. Until 99% of hodlers pay... No, wait. Was that the message? Someone said something about until you can use that to pay off your house. Right? Someone said meme coins are funny until you realize that you can pay off your mortgage with it.
Yeah.
Right? The thing about meme coins like, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, there's a... Flocky coin that is named after Elon's dog.
Yeah.
This, in my opinion, you can consider them meme coins, guys, which is meme coins, whatever. Or you could look at it for what it really is, in my opinion, which is essentially our generation lashing out and making a mockery of the previous generation and what they have essentially left for us, right? Which is essentially nothing. Right?
Yeah.
This is really the fourth turning playing out in its full force, and I cannot believe I'm seeing it play out the way it is, right? Our generation is essentially saying we are rejecting the previous generation, the boomers, essentially what they have essentially set for us, and we're like, no, we are going to make our own wealth. Oh, you guys have all this wealth that you guys are looking to dump on us. We are not going to be accepting that. We're going to reject that.
Yeah, we're not going to be the suckers, essentially. Right? We're not going to buy into the current system and the current way. This
is essentially a cultural statement that we are making as a generation, right? And I really recommend you guys read The Fourth Turning because it was prophetic, prescient, and the way everything's playing out is really impressive. The way the guy laid it out, I read it a while ago. I'm reading it now as well, and it's crazy to see it. So if you think about I don't think I can even summarize it for people.
No, you're gonna have to.
But we have generational cohorts, guys, that are essentially at odds with each other right now, right? And you could consider them very similar to a story of how a fantasy book is played out, where you have the young hero and then you have the evil wizards and the good wizards, and how there's a good wizard like Gandalf, for example, who tries to help the young hero navigate and put down the older wizards, right, like Sauron, Saruman, etc. And that's kind of how it's playing out, right? You could look at guys like Raoul, Kathy, Wood, etc. as the Gandalfs of our world, right, helping us young heroes navigate through the perils of the world set and controlled by the current evil wizards, if you will, right? The boomers, essentially, J. Powell, etc. Right? Who also they aren't really inherently evil. They were essentially given a world that they had to play according to the cards that were dealt to them, right? So yeah, it's crazy to see how it's all playing out, but I genuinely believe that everything that's happening with Shiba Inu, everything that's happening with Dogecoin, Tesla too, by the way, like it's do you think it's a coincidence that Tesla's going parabolic? And then someone mentioned like there's an Dogelon coin or something like that. Like this is our generation lashing out, right? This is our generation saying, hey, you guys want to short squeeze GameStop of all companies, right? You guys want to not short squeeze, you guys want to short GameStop to the ground to their death. Well, we will short squeeze you guys. Like the millennials are coming into their prime earning age, their prime spending age, and we are looking at all these bond markets and equities that are all price inflated. And then we look at GameStop and thinking, wait a minute, that is a company that gave me so much happiness as a kid.
Yeah.
Right? I stepped into that store, I bought the World of Warcraft CD, I bought Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, right? And I spent a lot of time bringing happiness into my life in a world where we saw crisis after crisis after crisis, the dot-com boom, September 11, 2008 financial crisis, COVID, crisis after crisis after crisis. And well, now the GameStop was one of the companies that, gave all of us happiness, right? So you think it's a coincidence that out of all companies, it was GameStop that had that massive short squeeze? No, it's not a coincidence. Our generation making a statement, right? And fortunately, we do have wizards from the two generations up, which is the boomers, the good wizards, the Gandalfs, the Rauls, and the Kathys, and who else would you put up there? Luke Gorman. Who else? Their names I'm of course not mentioning, but hey, it's going to be an exciting time, and it's our world to shape, guys. It's our world to shape.
Boom.
All right. So with that said, Kusha, Bitcoin, is this a cup and handle to you?
Oh no, the cup and handle already broke, right? So what was the target? Wow, look who's got a messy chart today. He gives me so much flack for having a messy chart. He's like, no, get rid of your lines, Kusha.
I have a messy chart that I don't show anyone though. You show me a messy chart. Okay, so I have a bunch of these targets.
So what? So you're seeing the cup and handle that I was looking at, right?
I'm not sure what you're looking at. I'm just keeping it simple here. I'm not fancy with my measured moves, guys. Like Krisha.
Okay, no. It's from the other. It's
well,
from.
How about you?
Okay, here. There we go. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. This is the measured move.
Yeah, I'm clearly more bullish than you are. So Krisha's target is a measly 70s.
A measly. That's the first target, guys. Of course, we could move up from there. But yeah, that's gonna be the first one. And so the measured move of Bitcoin's cup and handle has yet to be hit. So that's one thing. CHZ on the pump again. Oh, CHZ is pumping. You know what?
After shaking me out.
I was looking at Bitcoin dominance as well, Sean, and Bitcoin dominance, well, it looks like Bitcoin is losing dominance. So you know what that means for the altcoins, right? So many of the altcoins are looking good. So for those of you, out there trading, looking for better trades, I know I am looking at altcoins right now.
No, I am too. So I am looking particularly at Solana. Right? I've been building a longer term position on Solana that I'm not trading against Bitcoin. Actually, I'm building this position as a end of cycle run. And if you guys were following the conversation that Hatem and I had in the Discord, by the way, could someone tag Hatem on the Discord and let him know that we're doing a live stream? Tell him to get his button here. But we are having a conversation where I had essentially laid out a plan for how I'll be navigating altcoins. I said that Bitcoin has a great weekly close, right? I'll be just market buying Solana because I'm expecting Solana to do well if Bitcoin does well.
Yeah.
Right. But I won't be trading Solana against Bitcoin. Solana against USD, and essentially the bet is that hey, it's going to outperform USD. That's good enough for me by the end of the cycle. And if it does outperform Bitcoin, great. But I won't be trading one cyclical bull against another cyclical bull. Right. So I do like Solana, guys. We're going to go ahead and pull it up on the monthly as well as the weekly. Actually, we're going to look at the weekly. If you guys do remember, we've been trading Solana ever since around $12, rolled all the way up. Then around 50-ish, 60-ish to 70-ish, we start doing a series on Solana, a 3-part series where I said, guys, Solana is setting up for a massive run, all the way to potentially $200+, right? And we actually did get there. If you guys missed that series, it was right before our vacation, right? My birthday vacation.
Yes.
Right? Watch the Solana series, it's very educational. We are putting in a weekly consolidation at the time, right? That we broke out of right over here, Kusha. And we did a video now somewhere around here, okay? That's when we started. We were doing videos over here, but this is where I started the series, I believe, or was it somewhere here? Either way, we then put in a lower time frame consolidation on the weekly time frame, and we're expecting it to break through the upside to hit our target of 100, initial target of 100, and then continuation, right? Now we're doing something very, very similar. If you look at the psychology of what was going on, over here we had a, what you could consider a bull flag or descending triangle, but we broke it to the upside, right? Over here we literally put in a beautiful ascending triangle. Like a beautiful ascending triangle on the goddamn weekly time frame, guys. The weekly time frame, right? And now, if you hide the horizontal, I'm just going to move this diagonal actually.
I think that's your measure move,
Yeah,
right?
that's my measure move for the pole of the bull flag. We broke towards the upside, Kusha. We retested, let me zoom in for the rest of you guys. We retested the horizontal perfectly to the T. It was picked up by the market, showing us all, right, that the market is respecting that level. That is strength to me, and then made a new high, right? So we put in a new high as well, broken bull flag towards the upside. I have a target going all the way up to at least, this is just a initial target, guys, $350. I'm looking for Solana to hit at least $1,000 if we do see a bull run, if we do see a cyclical bull run. So yeah, what are your thoughts?
People are comparing Solana to Ethereum.
And why not?
Yeah.
Why not, right? Aren't they both centralized proof of stake coins?
Indeed they are. Let's see what everyone's saying. 176 viewers, 81 likes. Yeah, come on, people.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
get those likes up.
Indeed. If we don't get to 100 likes, Kusha is going to be pushed out of camera. I'm going to be using Kusha as bribes for likes. Oh, you guys want Kusha? Oh, you guys are not liking the video? Kusha, roll out of the way.
Just roll me out of the way. So a lot of people looking at altcoins right now. Vechain. Sand is pumping again. Many of the altcoins are looking good. For those of you, by the way, with access to, well, the Mango dashboard. The Mango dashboard has been giving people like some pretty... I know I've been using it quite extensively and been doing really, really well with it. I'm sort of looking for outlier volume and stuff. And yeah, so the dashboard's actually, you know,
dashboard's been nailing
freaking
it.
on point.
So it called the CHZ pump as well. But I got shook out of CHZ this morning, guys, and it's gonna. So unless I get a re-entry, a good re-entry, tomorrow on tomorrow's daily candle close, you can. Do you want to look at CHZ?
Yeah, sure.
So Solana, by the way, this is a quick Solana. Let me pull up the chart again. This is the target for Solana, guys. I'm looking at the weekly time frame. We are looking at around $326 for the measured move. On the lower time frames as well, we're doing pretty good over here, but we do have. No, we've cleared out. Yeah, we do have resistance right. I'm not going to concern myself too much with the lower time frames, but just for you guys, we can go ahead and mark out a level that you guys can look for on the daily time frame for Solana to close over, and that's around $210. Close to 110. Take out the highs over here as well at 218. Be looking for continuation to 250, 300 eventually. Again, we're playing for the big trade over here on Solana. Not going to concern ourselves with the lower time frames. But let's go ahead and look at CHZ. I'll show you guys what I was looking at. And Bing Bong. What is this exchange?
Oh yeah, be careful of like really weird exchanges. If you're trying out a new exchange, it's on you to really look to see if there's volume on the books, eh? Don't get too
So yeah, don't get too.
Just
don't get caught.
Be prudent. You know, when you're sending your funds to an exchange, just be prudent. Do some research on it before getting caught into a really, really crappy order book.
So my thesis essentially for Solana was based off this horizontal right over here, as well as other factors too. But the main invalidation point, right? We talked about invalidation at the beginning of the video of how important it is. If you're invalidated, exit your trade, and then you can consider getting back in if you still like the trade, right? Doing that, by the way, guys, by just getting on the trade, right? Instead of making excuses for the trade, it allows you to then decide, okay, do I really want to get into this trade? Because often the hardest part is just exiting, and then you feel this relief and you're like, okay, now I can think clearly. So exit and then decide, do you really want back in? Okay, so my invalidation point was essentially if we do close the daily level underneath this horizontal over here. So I was looking for CHZ Chili's to close above this horizontal, right? If we had closed above the horizontal, I would stayed in the trade. Unfortunately, we did not, so I exited my position. We got a perfect retest this morning at around 44 cents, right over there, right? Markets are so generous in that regard, guys. It always gives, not always, but very often it gives you a very, very clean exit to almost exit at break even minus any trading fees that you paid for, right? So right over here, very, very clean exit. And now it looks like CHZ, at least for the moment, might want to be closing its daily above that level again. So we'll have to reassess whether we want this trade. Thoughts, Krisha?
Yeah, no, I agree. Keep it very, very simple. And sometimes, you know what, price does hit invalidation, you get out, and then it rallies immediately. Now, the first thing, I mean, you'd have this feeling of, you feel like a complete idiot. But don't think of it that way, because if you stick to your system and you follow your invalidation points, fine, in the moment you'll feel like an idiot, but then there's so many more opportunities in the market that you can take advantage of. Now think of the one time where you do not follow your invalidation point, and you know what, price does end up moving to the downside. Now suddenly you're stuck in a really, really sticky spot, right? And the thing about compound interest, or compounding in general, the principles of compounding, while it works on the upside, it also works on the downside. And that is not a spot that you want to be in. You're better off just cutting your losses, sticking with your invalidation point, and then, hey, you know what, if it gets back up over those levels, reevaluate, ask yourself, and trust me, you're going to be in such a better mental position to be able to reevaluate. But I'll say this, be price agnostic when you're approaching charts like this, right? Just be price agnostic, and don't let it phase you saying that, oh, but I sold at this price point and now it's here and I have to buy back higher.
Yeah.
Don't think of it that way.
Buying higher.
Think of it as you buying strength and you basically jumping on a train wherein the direction to least resistance is, well, to the upside. Trains don't fly to the upside, but you know what I mean. So, a balloon.
Mark has a really good comment over there. He says, when I use daily close as invalidation, I usually quickly wake up at the close and exit immediately. Maybe once I have more time, I can wait for a more generous exit. And yeah, that is a very, very, very good point, right? When at the moment, guys, Mark is very, very busy, and you still able to make so much money, right? Trading the mango way. But that comes with trade-offs with how you execute your trades, right? And I want to talk about two trade-offs. One is exiting at a loss. As soon as you're invalidated, guys, don't wait, right? If you're busy all day, don't wait for a better exit, because if that better exit does come, right, and you're not at your computer because you're too busy, you're going to miss it. And once that better exit is gone, it's gone, and price tends to dump aggressively towards the downside, right? And you need to be there anyways to manage it if it starts dumping without giving you that better exit. So if you're busy and you want to do the mango way, exit upon invalidation immediately. Second point is entering a trade. If you're activated on a trade, right, and Kush and I do this while vacationing all the freaking time, right? If we are vacationing, we never wait for a good entry to our trade. If we're activated on a trade on a daily close, I just market buy. I'm not going to waste my vacation sitting and waiting for a better entry. I'm just going to market buy. And 95% of the time, it has always been the better decision. I don't crib and cry over a few $100s on Bitcoin, or even a few $1,000s at this point, right? I'm just like, hey, I'm like, when we were buying Bitcoin at around 19,000, 20,000, we were expecting, well, a move to 50,000, right? I'm not gonna care if it's at 19,500 versus 19,300. It's market buy, right? So it's a trade-off.
Yeah, and it's such a mango thing to do, like, especially when you're on vacation, you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah. So that's Sullivan Brown says, I bought Warcraft 3 from GameStop. As did I, man. Warcraft 3 is such a great game. So let's see. Julian says Rune BTC. Oh, Rune BTC is looking really good. Kush, I want to take a look.
Let's go.
Let's switch to the dashboard, and I want to take a look at.
Man, we found some like really, really cool charts because of you guys. So
yeah. One was one of them.
The one. The puns are never ending on that one.
Oops, my bad. Chart find for you guys.
Good.
Alright, so dashboard. There we go. Dashboard.
Take your time, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm like panicking. Too many screens. Okay, Rune. So Rune, is long on the Ichimoku call as well, right? So when did it give us the call? Okay, so it gave us the call 10 days ago on the dashboard against USD and 9.5 days ago against Bitcoin. I really like the confluence of that, Kusha.
Yeah.
It gave us the call on both pairings on the same day, right? Up 50% against Bitcoin and 80% against USD. That's impressive. So Rune looking really, really good. We can go ahead and take a look at it now on the... So wait, let's go ahead and look at the other time frames though. What's going on with me today? The 2-day time frame is also long 6 days ago, and what about the 4-day? The 4-day, okay, there's not enough data on Rune for the 4-day time frame.
It's a relatively new coin, right?
New, at least on Binance. The Rune BTC. Okay, so there's a certain pattern I've been watching, guys, that we go ahead and take a look at on.
It's looking good.
Yeah, it's looking
Down.
really good.
That's a W.
The 4 had a really good structure, by the way. Yes. Wow. But I could be wrong on this. Yeah. You see it?
The pattern king has joined the pattern queen today. Boom.
I'm not a pattern expert at all. Yeah, so this is looking really good. I'll be looking for this to get to this zone over here around 3418. So that's a 36% move more. So Shervin and Mock were having this conversation with me over the weekend, Krisha, during a couple of games with TPD, where Rune tends to look like, oh, it's only a few percent away from all-time high, but then you go ahead and do the measured move, or rather you do the measurement of its distance away from all-time high, and you realize, so we were talking about it somewhere around here, right? Mm-hmm. So Mock was looking at Rune. He's probably doing really well on this trade. That's 100% just to all-time high.
That's insane.
And this is against Bitcoin.
Yeah.
This is against Bitcoin, right? So if it actually outperforms Bitcoin while Bitcoin's doing what it's doing right now, that's going to be really, really good. That's a really good trade opportunity right over there. Really great neckline close right over here on this weekly candle. And you can see that the market almost immediately looking for the continuation. In fact, it got a really good test there. That was a good trade, damn. Right, if you go ahead and mark out these candle closes here, guys, you're going to see that we closed the weekly above, retested it perfectly, and now we're seeing continuation. Could we do a measured move for this W, Krisha? Would you take it from here?
Yes.
Or would you take it from here?
No, the first one. That before. Yeah.
Pattern Queen has spoken. Okay, so
and then place it on the wick of where you basically took it from.
Over here?
Yeah. Boom.
So, that's essentially pointing to all-time high territory.
How much is that?
59%, 60%.
At that point, it's going up. It's getting up to the highs. Because notice the volatility in that entire range, right? That's a volatile range it's about to enter.
Yeah, it's going to make a monthly high.
This is a good time. Like, I was looking at the charts.
It's a great monthly close.
Yeah. I was looking at the charts and I was telling Sean that it's a good time to be trading right now.
Yeah.
It's an excellent time to be trading, and I'm not seeing the noise that the market should have right now, given the kind of opportunity that we're seeing on the chart. So, eyes open, you guys.
Definitely. Okay, let's go to the chart, Krisha. Let's see. We have Rune USDT on the Mango View, by the way. Ooh, right. By the way, guys, if you guys haven't been using Mango View, make sure you do. There have been a few of you who are new, or not new, sorry, who are coming back after a while of not been following the Mango videos, and there have been massive updates to the Mango dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Mango dashboard right over here. And I'm going to switch to the Mango View. So remember, there's a new tab over here, guys, called the Mango View, which has automatic horizontal support and resistance lines drawn for you, has all your convenient indicators, the Ichimoku, etc. And so right over here, you're seeing Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Ichimoku Tenkin Kijun. You can have your cloud on, etc., etc. This is really, really convenient to use, guys. One-click stuff right over here. But we're interested in Rune at the moment, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. And again, so we have a bunch of coins here available for you guys, and more importantly, for those of you using a free version of TradingView, keep in mind that on the free version of trading, you do not have access to a couple of the Mango timeframes that we use over here, which is the 2-day time frame and the 4-day time frame, right? On the dashboard, you guys get access to it for free, right? At least for Bitcoin. Do they have access to it for the altcoin?
I think all the altcoins.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not certain of that because, well, I have.
Well, whatever you do have, all the charts you have access to, to the 4-day and the weekly, which you don't get on.
The 2-day, the 4-day, and the weekly. Yeah. Right? I think you get the weekly on TradingView. You don't get the 2-day and the 4-day. Right? So you get access to the 2-day and the 4-day over here. At the moment, we're looking at the weekly time frame. And it's let me. I can't see over my cam. My cam is actually blocking.
Okay, no, Mark replied. There we go. Mark's got it.
BTC and Ethereum are free. Okay. Yeah. So then, looks like turn on the 4-day SNR levels and the weekly support and resistance levels. And hey, it actually marked it out really well for people right over here. We have a weekly resistance level that flipped into support right on this weekly candle close. So if you guys got in on that level, that would have been a nice trade. And now we have 4-day SNR levels being marked out at these highs right over here. So yeah, very, very interesting. I like how Rune is looking.
It's looking good. And you know what? Like, look at those horizontals. That's how I would have marked it out.
Yeah, no, exactly. By the way, guys, these aren't levels that we've drawn and we are publishing, right? These are drawn automatically by the data. Hey Loomies, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, we'll take a look at CRVs soon. Shane Walter says he has got to go. Thank you for joining us, Shane.
Sure,
have a good day.
Dot is ready to go. How low do you see Bitcoin dominance going?
Andrew wants to take a look at CHZ BTC. Is that a question?
Yeah. But no, we can take a look at Bitcoin dominance in a bit. Look at CHZ first. Where's that at? Weekly.
Resistance right over here, and it seems to be respecting it. This chart's hard to play. I believe also a massive shout out to Andrew too, by the way. Right before the massive CHZ pump, he posted a chart to me while I was asleep, like around 2 a.m. in the morning, and he's like, what are the chances of this breaking out to the upside? I believe he was in a trade on this one too, and he was looking for a big move on CHZ, and he was drawing some sort of like falling channel, I believe, right, Andrew? And it did play out, right? We saw a big move, but even if we've closed inside the falling channel, so there's either more to go towards the upside on this one, where before it truly breaks out, or we could actually come down to meet the bottom of the channel.
That would happen if Bitcoin actually rallies from here. If Bitcoin pumps from here, that's when I'd expect CHZ BTC to really take that pullback. But looking at Bitcoin dominance, now this is where Bitcoin dominance, I was sort of looking at it this morning, and I noticed that, well, it closed underneath the region of support that I personally have been looking at. Although, honestly, I think it's going to go down for another higher low, if anything.
Honestly, I think I'm pattern matching a bit too much over here. Like, what if we had drawn it like this, right? I think this would be a more fair way to draw this. Like a descending triangle that broke towards the downside, fake people out, and this is more bullish, by the way, guys. This is more bullish because you broke a descending triangle towards the downside and just fake people out, and just like and see it was a bear trap.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is another way you could look at it, Andrew.
Daniel Florin, sorry guys, have you talked on Shiba Inu yet? Not yet. But we'll get there. SHIB.
We'll take a look at SHIB. We'll look at what else? There's something else on Vechain. I'll take a look at Vechain too. Hi Sean, do you use leverage? Yeah, man. You like, but we don't use leverage the way like crypto degens use leverage. We don't 20x leverage, that kind of thing. We use leverage at the Mango community in a way to protect ourselves and to keep ourselves safer, right? So leverage is a tool that, in my opinion, if used correctly, can make you very efficient with capital. But most people, unfortunately, use leverage the Wait.
Harmony and Bet. Harmony is 1, right? Yeah, Harmony 1.
Harmony 1, yeah. More because like shitfolk looking good. Yeah, we'll take a look at a few of those charts as well. I do want to take a quick break. If Krisha wants to lead for a bit, Krisha, you can have the mouse. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm just gonna mute the mic for a sec too. If I can.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go. It's always weird using someone else's desktop. What else are you guys looking at? Vechain 1. Anything else that's like, you know, super under the radar? You talk about your mental physical routines to keep up with mental strain from trading all day. We don't trade all day. It's not very mango. So we both like trend trades. Even if I do play the ranges, I usually look for like really nice big chunky ranges, so a volatile range. And also I find that creating a list, like I usually try, when I first started, I used to make a lot of like mental errors in that you know, I used to sort of FOMO into trades. So I really had to create a list to check my emotions before getting into a trade. If I had this feeling of absolute, utter FOMO, the rule was to just stay out. And sometimes I was punished, sometimes, more often than not, I was actually rewarded for just following that list. Have a plan in place before actually jumping into a trade just out of pure FOMO. For sure, you're still in Axie. I am not an Axie, no. I sold that one. But I sold it for, as in like, I had to take the profits that I had on that trade. That was more so because I could not manage that trade. I had like a lot of admin stuff that was going around that I had to manage. And so because of that, I had to let go of that position. And that should be like fine. Like you guys should be okay with that. If you find that there's personal stuff around you that's just, you know, it's becoming too much on your plate, it's okay to just let go of your trades for the time being and then getting back into it. The last thing you want is for one of those things to really, you know, eat into your trades.
Yeah, if you feel like you don't have the time to actually manage your trade, exit. Just exit your trade.
just exit your trade.
It's too risky.
So even when I'm going on vacation, sometimes I get anxious depending on, you know, when it comes to packing and stuff. I'm just one of those. So I just tend to keep very few positions open.
Okay, so I want to talk about Shiba Inu, guys. Go ahead and zoom in a tad bit over here. So you guys can see that Shiba had a pretty bad close a couple of days ago, right, on the daily. We can go ahead and remove these. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and plot out some new horizontals. We are looking at resistance somewhere around 7924. We're looking at support yet to be, rather resistance yet to be flipped into support on a daily candle closing basis at the very least, right over here around 6862. You can see that Shiba closed underneath the level right over here, retested it yesterday, and now it's living above it, right? A lot like what CHZ is doing, right? So we're seeing Shiba Inu flip around, CHZ flip around, reclaim levels,
yeah,
right, that they lost over the weekend. So these are signs of a bull market, by the way, guys, where you don't see continuation towards the downside after losing a major level. Instead, what you do see is the market reverse and reclaim the level. Now, remember, we still have to wait for the daily candle close. I recommend waiting for that instead of like forming into this, because you don't know what's going to happen by end of day. This green candle could close red, and if we do close red, it means that we're closing underneath 6701, which would mean that this was essentially a liquidity grab to sell into by the bulls, or rather the bears, before we see further continuation. All we have to do is wait a few hours, 10 hours before getting any confirmation, and then we can look for further continuation, because this will turn into a sort of ugly bull flag, which is good enough for me. Over here we do have resistance too, by the way, at 7507. So Shiba has come up against daily resistance, Krisha, right over here. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I think this is all like super bullish price action. I'm gonna be extremely bullish on Shiba if we take out that wick from what was this week? Can I just grab your?
Oh, hold up. They're saying that there's no music in the background. Yeah, there seems to be a few. How's it now, guys?
Okay.
Or were you adjusting things?
No, I was not. I just unmuted the mic.
Oh, okay. So yeah, go ahead, Krisha.
So no, if it takes out this wick high right here, right, the week of the day of 30th of October. Well, what was the high on that, Sean? Anyways, it's in the decimals, but you guys can go and take a look at it. The daily candle of October 30th, the highest point on that candle. If we actually take that out, I'm gonna get super bullish on Shiba. In fact, I'm noticing like a lot of coins, Sean, we're getting that volume spike come in. So volume is building up. It's putting in these fake outs, prices moving to the upside, taking out the previous high. Like, this is super bullish price action, and it is not price action that you want to ignore. I was telling Sean the other day, now this might be the moon boy in me, the moon girl in me, but I was telling Sean that I'm getting, you know, vibes, the 2017 kind of vibes from the market right now. So that's something, that's why I'm sort of keeping my eyes on the charts right now. I am being extremely vigilant on the opportunities, because I feel like many of these coins, it's looking good. It's looking good right now. I'm excited.
We can go ahead and take a look at DOT right after, guys. I do want to talk about something particular that I've been watching. I was meaning to bring this up early on the stream. For those of you who did stick around, this is going to be important. Listen to this. I noticed something that has been happening on these charts. And it's a pattern that we can essentially play. You being a pattern queen, you might be interested in this, but it's not your typical pattern. It's essentially a market structure pattern for a cycle that I've found. What's been happening in this phase of the bull market is that assets have been putting in a very bearish structure. So I'm going to use this space to draw, guys. So it could either be a descending triangle, or it could be like an M-like formation like this, right? But instead of expecting it to break, or rather instead of breaking it towards the downside, what the market does is it breaks slightly towards the downside in terms of its wick, but it closes above and it reverses sharply. Okay, and we're seeing this on the lower time frames. So right over here, you can see a very bearish formation where you would have expected this M-like formation, or you could call it a Adam and Eve top, right? To break towards the downside. But what did we see instead? We saw a wick towards the downside, and the market reverses towards the upside. Now, when you see this, right, when you see this pattern play out where or rather the bears would expect continuation towards the downside, but instead we reverse towards the upside, I have seen these assets just keep going and going and going after that, right? Essentially, they break their all-time highs. So I would be expecting Shiba to make a new high based on what is already done. If you look at the daily candle close, guys, I marked out a red horizontal for you guys right over here, right at 6848. Look how aggressively we reversed that level, right? We had a very bullish candle right over here, retested it right over here, and look at the wick. And now again, we're seeing continuation towards the upside. So as soon as we break this horizontal towards the upside, I'll be looking for Shiba to make new highs. And again, a lot of like Shiba Inu haters are not going to like this, because they were expecting this to dump towards the downside. They were looking to short it. A lot of traders were looking to short the top of Shiba. You could tell from the funding rate that I was getting paid to be in a long position when it was making those kind of crazy moves. It was ridiculous. So yeah, people are going to be surprised with what this cultural backlash from the crypto community could lead to. And
you were telling me that the longs were getting paid.
yeah, longs were getting paid.
The longs were getting paid to hold SHIB. Like, think about that. That's actually pretty. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I think so look for the pattern, guys, where you see an M-like formation and then a sudden break towards the upside. As soon as you take out that M towards the upside, right, the top of the previous two highs, we're likely going to. So over here, it'd be like somewhere around 765 to around 7510 for the safe entry on Shiba. Any thoughts, guys? DSHA asks a good question. She says, can you please explain funding rates? So funding rates are interest rates, man. When you're taking a levered position on the exchange, on a futures exchange, you're essentially borrowing one of the two assets, either the USD or you're borrowing the Bitcoin or the Dogecoin or the Shiba coin to be able to put on your trade, right? So if you want to short a coin, right, you essentially have to borrow the coin to be able to short it, right? But nothing is free in this world. If you want to borrow something, you've got to pay an interest rate, right? You're getting funded to be able to put on your position. That's a good way to look at it. You're getting funded to put on your position. So you're essentially borrowing to put on your position. And that's the interest rate, the going rate to be able to take that position. Now, when do funding rates increase? When do funding rates decrease? This is all supply and demand, right? If there's a lot of demand to borrow an asset, right? So essentially, let's say there's a lot of demand to short Bitcoin. It means that a lot of people are chasing the sellers of Bitcoin to be able to short Bitcoin, right? Or essentially the lenders of Bitcoin to short Bitcoin. So that demand to short Bitcoin causes the interest rate for shorting Bitcoin to increase. So in a way, it gives you an idea of how crowded the trade is, right? So it was nuts that you're seeing, like, especially as Mongolians over here, right, where we're trend traders, we're seeing an asset make highs and highs and highs and highs, and we are seeing the funding rate on the short side increase towards the upside, right? It's because people are like, I hate this dog coin, I'm going to short it to the ground. And that's the wrong way to be thinking. You can't be going against the trend, especially in crypto. You will get run over. Crypto can be a truck, man. It's a freaking huge dog truck coming at you, right? Imagine a freaking big Doberman dog, right, chasing you through someone's backyard, but instead of a freaking dog, it's a dog truck coming at you. That's what will happen to you if you try to get in the way of something like this. Just don't. Just have fun towards the upside.
Yeah, it's an easier trade to be had.
Ashok, speaking with wisdom, with mango wisdom, Ashok says, short in a bull market, good luck, lol. Indeed. Like, you short in a bear market, long in a bull market. Keep it simple, keep it mango.
Yeah.
Mark says, calm down, Krisha. He says, calm. She's like, what did I do? Okay, so let's go to the chat. Many questions, guys. Most of the coins break the pattern, and yeah, we'll check out BTCD soon too.
Mana went on a freaking run. I caught that one on the dashboard.
Mana.
It's so randomly topped volume. Like, think about it. Mana had more volume than Ethereum. When you see stuff like that, go and take a look at the chart. No, in fact, the seedlings, you guys use the dashboard well, because if you see outliers like that, immediately what I've been doing is panning on over to the charts, looking to see if there's opportunity. And I'll say this, there's a lot of opportunity right now on many of the charts, so look for it. I can see that many of them are already doing well. Philippe apparently caught DOT.
Oh, yeah, we'll go take a look at DOT. Yeah, a lot of the seedlings have been freaking killing it recently. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you. So let's see. Shiba's looking interesting at Krisha. Nice ascending triangle. This is the 1 hour time frame. I agree, but we're seeing. I think this could see continuation.
Ascending, yes.
If you do break this line, this horizontal at 7355. I'll be looking for Shiba to make its way to these highs over here at around 7742. At which point we could actually be looking at a structure like this, right? The W like reversal structure.
It's an ascending, so it's like a pattern within a pattern, right?
Yeah.
So it's like an ascending that breaks out, and the breakout of the ascending then triggers a larger pattern, which is the W. So, guys, opportunity is in abundance. And do not get stuck on things like, you know, coins that are not moving. Do not get stuck in coins that are not moving, saying that, oh, everything's moving, this one hasn't moved, it's gonna move. There's no point in doing that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's just a waste of capital.
We've done that before. Now take it from me. Like I didn't do well in the last bull market, and I managed to change my game around. But that was one of my bigger mistakes, getting stuck in a coins that were not moving. It was just not moving, and I'm just like, oh, everything else is moving, this one is bound to move. Get a bag of this when it's low, and then it's gonna rally, and you know, everyone's happy. But no, do not get stuck in that mindset. Remember, your friend is direction to the least resistance is upside. That is the asset that you want to be in.
What's that? Say that again, Krisha.
Direction of least resistance to the upside. That is the asset that you want to be in.
Direction of least resistance, right? You can literally boil trading down to that simple concept, right? That's where buying strength comes from too, right? What shows strength? Something that breaks resistance or something that breaks support. Strength towards the downside, strength towards the upside. Okay, so dot, Krisha. Look at that. The weekly looking fantastic over here now. We just had a massive move on the lower time frames. Look at the volume coming in.
What chart? What time frame was that you were on before?
Weekly. I've been looking at.
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
Look at the top there. What does that look like? Which coin does that look like right now? Look at the previous 2 weekly candles.
Just putting you on the spot, guys. Bitcoin.
Boom.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so it looks like Bitcoin. What are your thoughts though? Like, is it going to outperform Bitcoin or?
I mean, honestly, like I've mentioned this, Bitcoin dominance. I look at Bitcoin dominance to tip me off on whether the altcoins are going to move, and I think Bitcoin dominance is looking to make in another higher low, not lower high, higher low.
So we'll go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Michael B asks a question that I should clarify. It says, does taking out mean wick or candle close? So by default, assume that I mean candle close when referring to horizontals. But if I say taking out this wick over here, I'm talking about the high getting taken out. So the wick taking out another wick, right? So by default, if I don't mention taking out this high, right, assume it's the candle close.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm referring to a horizontal. You cannot take out a horizontal, in my opinion, without actually closing above or underneath.
But if you're referring to what I said about SHIB, I was looking at the wick. Always the highest point when when it comes to patterns.
Good question.
I look for that.
So Bitcoin dominance now, Krisha. I've been looking at the inverted Bitcoin dominance chart, guys. Right over here. Quick tip for all of you: how do you get to the chart over here? You essentially find your Bitcoin dominance chart right over here. Pull out the Bitcoin dominance, and you can just invert it by using this quick tool right over here, right? And then hit enter. So that'll invert your chart for you. And I've been looking at this horizontal. And the fact that altcoins have reclaimed this horizontal right over here, it means that it's a easy support and resistance play. You look for the top of the range to be met now, right? We broke it towards the bottom of the range. The bull case of the structure over here, guys, was essentially Bitcoin dominance putting in that higher low that the beautiful, gorgeous Krisha just mentioned. And that's essentially what we have, right? This low over here being higher than this low. So we have a higher low. Yes, it's not the prettiest, but if you use candle closes and the wick in conjunction, you could be putting in a ascending triangle now, right? So at the very least, guys, we can look for this to get to it. So that's how we play it at the very least, right? Look for Bitcoin dominance, or rather altcoin dominance. That's what we're looking at over here. Make its way to the top of its range. Remember, this is an inverted chart of Bitcoin dominance, which essentially represents altcoin dominance. Make sense, guys? Let me know if this doesn't make sense to you guys.
This is telling me that the alts have the edge here. The alts have the edge here.
It's looking really good.
So
long
yeah.
altcoins. If we break this towards the downside,
we can't.
Flip sides again. No loyalty here, guys. We have no loyalty. We are shameless over here in the Mango community. We just ride the trend.
I agree. I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance. I'm very happy with how this chart looks. Suddenly, like, opportunities really open up here.
You have to keep an eye on the monthly too, though, because there's massive resistance over here, right? Like, this is gonna essentially be all-time highs if we break towards the upside, and it could happen considering the amount of attention that crypto market is getting. We could be breaking to all-time highs here.
No, I can't say that name. Feather? He's asking if you scalp.
You scalp when you see the opportunity. I haven't scalped all month, but there hasn't been good scalping opportunities in my opinion, right? The last scalping opportunities were a few months ago. Let me switch up the music. Someone mentioned that
They want me to play my music?
No, you guys don't want Kush. Sean in the house. How's it going, Sean?
What's going on? You made it!
Matic, Kusha. You want to do this one?
Yes, sir. Man, I had a bit of dust, at least I look at it as dust, in one of my wallets, and I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. It sort of, it pumped up.
Are you seeing
to
this?
Be a lot of
Let's start a brand
dust.
new chart here on Matic. Look at this, Kusha.
It's a beautiful chart.
It made a new monthly close, all-time high.
Matic is going. Buckle in.
Yeah, this is going, guys. This is a really good candle close. Really good candle close.
Let's go and take a look at Vechain.
We've just gone into Matic. Give the guy some time. Let's get the daily on Matic. Which was like, that's it for Matic.
I mean, it's
yeah,
bullish.
It's bullish. That's enough. Okay, so the weekly close was fantastic as well. We made a new weekly candle close high as well as a monthly candle close high, right? We do have an ascending triangle that we've broken towards the upside.
Man,
this is looking really good.
This might just be an opportunity, if anything.
Yeah,
it's an opportunity.
I would say this is. This is going to $3, guys. So basically testing all-time highs at 270ish and then 3. In my opinion, it's going to take out the high over here. Probably see some rejection over here, pull back a tad bit, and then make its way to $3 before we can have our next play. So yeah, $3. Matic. Vechain. I looked at Vechain earlier today myself. So Vechain has yet to make its move, but putting in the high lows that we expected to put in a few weeks ago, right? Bouncing off the BTC level that we'll take a look at in a bit. But I'm looking at this ascending triangle structure right over here.
Yeah, that's about right.
Right, and if we do break this towards the upside, we're essentially going to be taking out this failed bull flag. So Vechain had a bullish flag here, guys, that broke towards the downside, and we'll be essentially reclaiming that breakdown point that you could essentially draw in from somewhere around the wick low here. So you clear around 18.5 cents in the weekly time frame, which it looks like we want to. I'd be expecting Vechain to make all-time highs and get further up. I can't believe Vechain could get all the way to around 50 cents in this bull market. That's a potential.
Vechain has been one of the stronger trending assets. Like, I believe even like last year, you know, it did not disappoint. Have you noticed that many of these altcoins out there, they kind of go in waves, they go in cycles, and something that did well last year didn't necessarily do well this year. Take, for example, Chainlink. Chainlink's been pretty freaking dead this year, but there are some coins that just are not disappointing, and you can see that the kind of communities they all have behind it, right? So look at all you Vechain fanboys and fangirls, you know, who come out here asking for Vechain. I noticed that the hype on Vechain never really dies down, so that's kind of big. I really like the Vechain community as well. I'm saying that if Bitcoin actually breaks, or rather, if the altcoins actually start rallying here, I don't think Vechain is going to come back. It might not be an ascending triangle. It might be a super bullish, very, very aggressive W-like, cup and handle-like break.
Julian just mentioned that Cardano lost the weekly 21 EMA. I cannot believe that in a bull market. That is crazy. Yeah, that's
not good.
I ranted on this for a while, guys. On the last stream I talked about Cardano being the poster boy for weakness at the moment, right? Like, we have no loyalty over here. This community. I know Cardano fans are gonna hate me for saying that, but even as Cardano fans, you guys should have your only loyalty should be to making your account go up so that you can buy Cardano at support. And now it seems like it's. Look at that, Krisha.
That's not good. This is not a coin that you want to be in. Yes, it could pump very suddenly, but don't ever feel bad about not being in those coins that just go up in one line. When there's no TA to back it up, you're trading blind, right? You can reassess and get back in then, but right now this chart is looking freaking weak as hell.
There was around last week I said that, hey, which Robert was asking whether he thinks that it'd be worth front running a squeeze on Cardano. We can go ahead and pull it up actually on the daily time frame. We had like a symmetrical triangle right over there. You can see it's still drawn out. I said that, hey, yeah, we're squeezing here, but compared to all the other charts, this is looking weak, right? Other charts are putting high lows, while high lows as well as a flat structure, while Cardano was putting lower highs with the high lows. So it looked weaker relative to the other coins. So why would you bet on weakness? Because it essentially meant that if we see any weakness on Bitcoin, Cardano is going to have a dip towards the downside.
Yeah.
It's going to plummet. And we saw exactly that, like literally a few days later, boom, Bitcoin broke down, right? Well, Bitcoin's recovered, Cardano is not. It stayed down after the breakdown point.
Yeah.
That is another sign of weakness that you guys want to stay away from, right? So we're seeing that weakness on Cardano. Yes, it could recover, but this is still a weak asset that I don't want any part of at the moment.
No, Cardano's looking super weak. Expected more.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the dashboard on Cardano. I do want to see what the dashboard's saying.
Slightly short, neutral.
Yeah, the other day we had a funny episode.
So look at that, and you're in profits.
Yeah, if you Cardano's one of the few coins, at least on the top 10, top 20 coins, that has a short call against it on the dashboard. And it's like, usually if you see a short call on the dashboard in a bull market, you're gonna be expecting to have, well, losses, right? In a bull market, like something's giving you a short call. It could have been a volatile move due to a news event or something, but over here it seems like the news event was a smart contract event that is being sold into for the past like month now, because it gave you a call 35 days ago to go short in Cardano, and that is a 60% gain. And you guys know how I feel about this. You don't need to short the asset, but you can use the short call to protect yourself against losses, right? You can say, hey, the dashboard as well as my is giving you the short call on the Ichimoku as well. This is a good testament to, hey, it's the bearish call on the Ichimoku is working as well. Good to see this, but it's giving you a double short call over here on the dashboard's algo as well as the Ichimoku algo, and it's a top return.
And look at this.
It's a top return too. It's the trifecta.
Oh my goodness. In a bull market.
God.
All in a bull market. Like, this is not a coin that you want to be long on. Look at the volume too. Like, these are really, really good. Although, how do you play this, right?
But
you have the one outlier that's a short,
yeah, you don't
amongst
hold it.
all the longs.
That's how you play.
You play the range and get the hell out. In a bull market, it's risky.
You essentially say, hey, I have Cardano, not looking good. I'm a big fan of the project. I believe in the project. I believe in Charles Hoskinson. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of it temporarily, and then I'm going to reposition, and I either see strength or it comes down to support level.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't know how long it can go down for, right? It can keep going and going. If you guys believe in a core position of Cardano, right, hold that core position, but it's not like losses and sitting through this in a bull market. That's a wasted opportunity, in my opinion. But hey, do you guys? We keep it mango. The rest of the community. Focus and fire.
Joseph Stewart, Ontarian here, wondering what's the best way to make crypto purchases over 50k.
Whereabouts in Ontario? We are from Ontario too, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well. Kraken. CoinSquare. But don't ever leave anything on the exchanges though. Yeah. Get it out. Like I remember when I first entered, my first one was actually through Quadriga. and
Our friends got hurt on Kodriga.
yeah. I mean, we were very prudent with our aloe, and we took it out and we put it into a hard wallet.
I'm like paranoid when it comes to this stuff, man.
So I mean that really scarred us, eh? Like
the
knowing someone directly who lost like a lot, and now in crypto, they lost it in crypto, and that crypto has turned into a lot of dough that was just lost, like a life-changing amount.
They can't even look at crypto anymore because it hurts them so much, right? Because they lost their funds by holding it in the exchange unnecessarily when they can just get a hardware wallet. First thing you guys should do, by the way, is get a hardware wallet.
Yeah.
Right? Do that. So just seeing someone lose that money can like scar you.
Yeah.
So imagine what they are going through.
And that was scary, man. That was really
You lose all your
scary.
Bitcoin and Ethereum and it's sitting at the bear mark. Kodriga, by the way, guys, the Kodriga incident happened at the bottom of the bear market at $3,000. That's when they lost it all and did not want to look at crypto ever again after that. So now, all over the news, Bitcoin 60,000, right? And can't help but think about what they're going through. You guys don't want to go through that. I don't want you guys to go through that. Keep it mango, guys. Take the time. Like, you know, just at the very least, get bar. Like, if you have a laptop that you don't want to use, turn that into your hardware. You can do that too if you want to save money. But hey, man, you'd be surprised as to what kind of horror stories I've read where people thought that, hey, it's only a few $100 of crypto. It's only a few $1,000s of crypto. Fast forward 4-5 years later, they lost their funds on an exchange. They try to log back in, and they realize that if I could have had my funds, that would have been worth like $500,000, $2 million. So don't do that.
So Joseph, it's basically coins for a crack, and I think crypto.com. But you're probably gonna have to go through KYC if it's 50K and over, definitely.
Oof.
Boom. Philippe, take a bow, bud.
Take a bow, Philippe. Take a bow. Holy sh! Look at the volume coming in.
Good freaking catch on this one.
One's going.
Polka dots.
Let's see.
Polka dots.
Where's the all-time high?
It's going on.
Someone mentioned it on the chat, so I thought it was, but I won't be lazy, I guess.
There you go.
It says 49.78. So yeah, let's say 50. This is looking good. Really good. Really good.
Cardano is the most frustrating project.
Who says that?
Daniel Thurin. I agree. You know, I actually tried watching some videos of Charles Hoskinson. I feel like every pitch started off with him bashing all the other blockchains first.
Does he?
And then he, like, the last bit of his speech is about Cardano. Like, I still don't know what this is
So
about.
he first disqualifies a project to make his project sounds. That's good. He's benchmarking people to a shit project. It's really easy to have a narrative on almost any crypto project being bad because most people don't understand crypto, right? The technicals are confusing. So it's really easy to reframe the situation. Another guy who does that really well is the guy, Hex guy. These guys are really smart people. Richard. They're both really smart, right? Charles Hoskinson, Richard Hart. They're really smart people. You can't take that away from them. But the ability comes from that genius, right, that they have. Probably, I've never heard Charles Hoskinson speak, to be honest. So I'm just taking your word for it. But I bet he's eloquent. He speaks well.
Yeah, no, he speaks well.
So. I don't know anything about Cardano, by the way, guys. I don't know anything about Hex. All I know is that the way the situation was framed on Bitcoin being the miners dumping Bitcoin on you, right? That was like, seriously.
No resistance, but any guesses where a conservative TP can be taken? Blue Sky breakout, man.
Oh, switch view, my bad.
Serve.
Kusha, I'm supposed to be on this. Kusha had one job today to make sure that I switch view. Just one job.
Sorry, guys. I'm a first timer. Complete noob. Streamer noob. What will be the target for DOT?
$75 after 50. We need to close at least a daily about 50. Right?
What is that range? What's the percent on that?
50 to 75. 25%.
Okay.
Johan Diaz, thank you for the super chat.
Good.
He says, can you take a look at likes USDT? I've never heard of that coin. It's on KuCoin, eh?
I like KuCoin. KuCoin has some like really under the radar coins that just so randomly pump, and it's still no one ever hears about them, and they're just pumping and pumping and pumping.
So this is what so if you have to draw a parallel, man, or the DOT is sitting at this juncture over here somewhere.
Oh, nice.
This is like kind of front running Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin looks like this.
Yeah.
So it's good.
This looks really good. I mean, blue sky breakout, man.
Yeah, there's not much to really say on this. It's just going on. Just wants to keep going. Lower time frame resistance right over here. This is the 1 hour time frame, by the way. I'm forced to look at this because it's in blue sky breakout.
What's the liquidity like on this book? It looks very wiki.
It's KuCoin, so I'm guessing it's low. That's what you get with KuCoin, but it's there's opportunity for people with smaller portfolios, right? So this is looking good. This does look like it wants to break towards the upside. We did have a ascending triangle over here that failed to see continuation, right? And it's come back down to retest the bottom trend line. That's good news. Right, this is good. Yeah, so essentially, ascending triangle, broke towards the upside, failed to see continuation, got rejected, broke back down, respected the trend line, good sign, broke back up, retrying again with another full flag attempt. So it breaks this horizontally, man. I'm expecting this to have a measured move of this guy right here. I'd say $41.
Be careful, like I'm looking at the wick action, like just looking at the candles, you can make out that there's low liquidity on one of the sides. So if you're looking to put on big positions on these coins, it is your duty, you owe it to yourself to look to see this liquidity. Sometimes you can't even wait for tops. You basically just sell when the market lets you sell these assets. Because trust me, the rug can and will be pulled out from underneath you very, very, very fast.
Indeed. Kirthan Natalia is asking for
Algorand.
So by the way, guys, we'll be wrapping up in around 15 minutes. So FYI. I don't like this card.
Higher lows though, higher lows. It looks better than Cardano. There you go.
Krisha's bias against Algo, but yeah, high lows.
There are better trades to be had. It's at the bottom of the range, so it's an easy one to manage.
It's kind of like Vechain that way, right? If it breaks this $2 level right over here towards the upside, I'll be looking for it to get to 260-ish, somewhere around there, 250, 260-ish. I could be wrong on this one, and this could just pump really quick. So keep an eye on it if you do have a fundamental bias on this one. But yeah. Breaks $2, likely going to make its way towards the upside. Breaks $1.50, likely going to make its way all the way down to $1.17. So be careful. How are you evaluating liquidity? Elena, liquidity is very relative to you as a trader, right? So what could be liquid for you could be illiquid for me, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, how do you really evaluate those? Look at the order book and don't just look at it with one glance, right? Don't just get one snapshot of it. Try to take a look at it throughout the day or throughout like maybe half a day at the very least. So you're like, okay, I have some faith in this holding its liquidity for a longer period of time in case I do want to exit my trade. So getting a position in when things are looking hot might be easy, but when you want to get out, you'll see liquidity dry up, and that could be scary. So you don't want to be stuck in that position, which is why I don't buy breakouts when it comes to these I'm gonna say shit coins. Didn't say that on cam, but I said already. So yeah, shit coins, because I don't know what the liquidity is when things aren't in breakout mode, right? and what if I want to exit later? So I'd rather enter those kind of coins when things are at its like non-breakout, like bad accumulation zones, and I know that, hey, I can get out of a position even when things are bad. So Bitcoin, on the other hand, Ethereum, Solana, all these other coins with more liquidity, it's easier to buy breakouts.
Yeah. And sometimes you can look at it like the order book, like on the sell side. Sometimes there's like it's in decimals, like these really small amounts just stacking up the book, and then you'll suddenly see a frenzy of buying. But hey, you know what? It's easy to buy $1 worth of something, right? So keep your eyes on that as well, because that sort of dupes traders in thinking that, oh, there's so many buys coming in, let's buy. But then if you place a big order on the sell side, you'll notice that it takes a very long time for you to actually get rid of that bag, for you to get rid of that order.
It's a bull market, to show. Everything's
EGLD, yeah. Guys, the altcoins are juicy as hell right now. Everyone should look. It's quiet. It's quiet. Like, I was going through crypto Twitter as well yesterday, and it's quiet.
This looks really good. Paul, is it? It's already at all-time high territory as well, right? So it's likely going to test the highs over here, 303, but I think this is going further. Probably 350, 400 after. This is looking really good. Like, I'd be buying that weekly level. Oh man, looks really good. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this breaks 302 on the daily time frame, this is volatile. Yeah. Alright, boys and girls, I'm getting tired, Kisha. I don't know about you.
I'm famished.
Kisha's hungry too, so we'll be wrapping up. Dot about to go, eh? It's all like going though, man.
This is going.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye to Dot.
I'd say bye-bye to me and Krisha as well. Krisha, say bye. Cute stuff.
Alina's like, feed her. That's right. Alina knows.
It's dinner time.
Yeah,
I'm
so
an killer shark, almost whale status. Hey man, good for you, good for you.
Where is that?
The revolutionless.
Oh wow.
Wow, Daughter's going. Look at that. The leap, catching that big
He's
drone.
he's watching the show.
Probably watching and making himself some mango margaritas. Speaking of which, we should have
some mango margaritas.
Alright guys, with that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your week. The altcoin markets certainly are. Krisha and I certainly are. And we'll see you guys in the next stream. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hey, if you guys did enjoy Krisha on the stream, make sure that you get the likes up to at least 200 by the end of the day. So that way we get Krisha on here more often. She feels neglected otherwise, unappreciated. She's like, "You don't like me, Sean."
No, he's just gonna push me out. He's gonna roll me out of the frame.
Alright. Ciao guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, dude mango, dude easy, dude stress free, do it breezy.
Ciao you guys.
Stream and is that it? That is it.
Attracted to the things that'll bring you trauma. Overseas, yeah, we tryna stop the terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But